in the farm, you're going to taste it. The brand is Don Callito. Actually, this coffee, Japanese corporation bought like a big percentage of their production, and they're exporting a lot of this coffee. It's chocolate, right? We normally don't start. Actually, of course, I show we have a little plantation over there of coffee. We have few plants in which we're gonna be able to see a coffee bean. We're gonna see the plant, and I'm not sure, but maybe we might be able to see a flower because I noticed that the plant is blooming.
Ah.
Um, but I think we're gonna be pre-Columbian cultures and that stuff. So it's actually interesting starting the tour in a different way. Why not, right?
That change is good.
Yeah, exactly. So regarding to coffee, well, what can I tell you about coffee? Well, first of all, it's very important to say that the entire history of coffee started in Ethiopia. You know, coffee is not from Costa Rica.
Oh, it's from Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Ethiopia.
Oh, yeah.
That's where coffee is from. And apparently, according to some experts, the entire history started with a farmer of goats, a goat farmer. He was breeding goats, and one day he noticed that his goats were misbehaving. They were completely insane.
They
Frisky,
were
frisky,
wired.
Huh?
frisky.
Frisky.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a new
Wired.
one. Of frisky. Okay, so imagine the level of craziness these goats might have that he noticed that because you know goats are already crazy, right?
They're crazy.
So he started observing, he started noticing that these goats were feeding on the fruit of a bushy plant that it was on his property. And he thought to himself, okay, what if I consume that? What if I use that? Because they seems to be having fun. And they seems to be
Yeah,
hyper.
hyper, yeah.
What if I use that because I walk too much? Sometimes I feel so tired that I maybe use this for myself. Okay, and then he start using it. He start eating it, and he start mixing that with water. Not the entire process that we know nowadays. And you know, back in those years, it was a custom that traders walk long distances to go from one place to the other to eventually sell or to trade products, right? And eventually he started giving that to traders, apparently. And then traders got this product to Arabic areas where eventually they domesticate coffee. And from there, Europeans took it around the world. Costa Rica, for example. And in the case of Costa Rica, coffee it's exported since about 1870s, 1880s. And I can tell you, um, without any hesitation, that coffee has molded the society of this country. Coffee has molded economy of Costa Rica. So coffee is it's the foundations of this country. That's vanilla, exactly.
What, this? Oh, okay.
Okay, here on your right hand side, that is sugar cane.
Sugar cane, that I know
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Jamaica, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm Jamaican, so.
Sugar cane plant and cacao, they have nothing in common until they put both of them
Together.
into chocolate. Producers of vanilla in the world is Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Madagascar and Mexico and other places in the world are producing this. You can see my babies, by the way. These ones here are my babies. Why I say they are my babies? Because they are. I personally pollinate every single
Oh,
flower
wow.
that the cluster gave us. Here, we have to open the petals a little bit here. And then you see this mark here is basically like if the plant is telling you where to cut.
Oh, wow.
So you go here.
I think when they hear back. Take one of my, continue the video with your view.
Cacao beans. Look at this. And here is where we dry cacao for 5 days. It's important to say that this is the second step in the process. This is not the first step in the process. It's the second one. It's the first one we're seeing because it's the one that happens outside. The name of this drying station is African bed, a method that is commonly utilized in African regions for the same purpose that you see here. Okay. So let me show you the fermentation. Anto, can you go in?
I think I pulled too hard to get this. Oh, there we go.
Okay, first thing we have to do is to grind cacao. So we put the nibs here. That's it.
Mom, can you move the paper towels, please?
Sure, sorry.
Muchas gracias.
Con gusto. So we can use this grinder, but if you have a coffee grinder in your
Right,
home,
right.
you can do this as well. You can grind it with a coffee grinder perfectly. Why? Because you can replicate this recipe at home perfectly. It's not difficult to prepare. So we're going to grind this, and you cannot believe the aroma that is coming out of this. You, the guys that are watching, the people that is watching this video, this
Why, it
smells
smells good?
amazing. Smells good, right? Wow. Now we're going to put this powder into the jar here. There we go. We put this away. And now we're going to use the exact same ingredients they were using back in the 1500s to prepare this for Montezuma cacique, which was one of the most important caciques, kings of the Aztecs, okay? We're going to use vanilla. Where vanilla is from? Indigenous?
No.
Mexico.
Mexico.
So we add vanilla here. Now we're going to use honey, cayenne pepper.
Oh, cayenne pepper. Oh,
Oh yes.
okay.
Cayenne pepper was very important for these cultures as well. We're going to add a tiny bit, but I want to tell you the fact that for Montezuma, this had to be very spicy. Okay? I'm not
Why?
going to
Why?
because cayenne pepper, it was as important as cacao for these people, and they really like it. They thought that very strong flavor,
Probably gave them energy.
energy,
Yeah.
and yeah, they were able to keep moving farther distances. And also it had a spiritual connection. They had a spiritual connection with cayenne pepper as well. So cayenne pepper, and now we're going to add some honey. Notice that I'm not adding sugar or milk. Why would you think I'm not using milk or sugar?
They didn't
I
have.
didn't have it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Do you have local honey here in Costa Rica?
We do?
You do?
Uh-huh. Okay, now, final touch.
Hot water.
He's done it such a Ooh, I can smell it.
So you get the foam
Now
on
it's
top.
foaming.
Yeah.
And this is one of the requirements from Montezuma to get on this drink.
Gracias.
Con gusto.